I know what you're thinking. How did Talon Jane, the mastermind behind Tradesman Fire, that bearded, flannel-covered beauty, how did he end up at that ultra-exclusive range day event at Desperado Ranch? I mean, he's got like, what, less than 3,000 subscribers, and this event caters to influencers from TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense.
Well, here's a spoiler. It had nothing to do with my subscriber count. How did our young hero, Talon, get invited to this ridiculous event that has people like Brandon Herrera and Matt from Demolition Ranch and Donut Operator and Eli, everybody else from the Unsub crew and all these other gun influencers and gun tubers and people that have nothing to do with the gun community but are friends and influencers on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube? How did I end up at an event like that? Well, in order to figure that out, we have to go back to a year ago. The class was FTT 214. The task was turning a block of wood into a gun stock. Well, technically that wasn't part of the class. Technically I took that on myself because I didn't want to checker on a giant block of wood. I was pretty frustrated by it. I got an issue with this SDI. If you see this is crap. And so for my first assignment of FTT 214, I turned a giant block of wood into gun stock. And, and the rest of that class I went through and we did checkering and everything else and I made patterns and, it was a great class. I actually ended up really enjoying it. But when I got that block of wood, I was super frustrated by it. This is crap. And a lot of other students get really frustrated by that giant block of wood as well. And one of those students that got really frustrated was the head of the now infamous student Discord. And in that Discord, he, his name's Owen. He runs the Discord. He started the Discord. Now he runs it with like 8 other guys and they do all the admin and everything else. Great guy, super awesome guy. But he reached out to me because he'd seen the video where I turned this block of wood into that gun stock. And he says, look, he was about a month and a half behind me. So I was out of that class by this point. And he gives me a call and he says, hey, Talon, I need your help. I have the same block of wood got sent to me. I don't have the same tools you do. I'm living in an apartment at the time and, you got to help me out. What can we do? What do I need to do in order to get you to turn this into a gun stock? And I said, well, you got to ship it here, ship it quick, get it here. I will turn it into a gun stock. I made another video. I think it was titled like FTT 214 week 1 again. And, I quickly turned his block of wood into a gun stock as well and quickly got it back to him. And it was just 2 friends helping each other out. He liked my videos, I liked his Discord. We both trying to help other students out or whatever. And fast forward in time to a year later, and Owen, well, 7 months later after that, Owen went on to become the 2023, well, he graduated in 2023. His award says 2024, so I think he's the 2024 DEAC. Nobody knows what that means, but basically he's the best of the best, top grad, awesome king of SDI for that year student.
And he's the best there is.
And so Owen, going to like the awards and the graduations and everything else, he's doing a lot of events with SDI as the DEAC. And so because of that, he gets to know some people in marketing, and they reached out to him about this event, said, hey, we want to take you and some other random other grad to this event and, just kind of showcase SDI, showcase the event and everything else. And they said, we need somebody who's just amazingly beautiful, handsome on camera, just, the kind of guy that just screams veteran, bearded, flannel, mountain man. They didn't say all that. They said, do you know somebody else that we should take with them? And he's like, yeah, I know just the guy. it's crazy how things work out. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity to go to this range day. But I mean, I guess what is the range day? Well, you know, for that I can show you the terrible interviews I did with Matt or with Brandon or whatever, trying to explain the range day. I'll give you a little clip of that right here.
So this is actually put on by Brandon and Donut. Really, I just showed up. It's just my range. They were like, "Can we use it?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely, let's do it."
Yeah,
but just a good way for a lot of people who maybe can't do this stuff or don't have the the equipment that's this intense, like a minigun, that kind of thing, to come out and actually shoot a minigun for the first time.
Yeah, you see a lot of influencers that aren't necessarily from the gun world.
Yeah. I mean, we Donut and Brandon have invited like any influencers who they're friends with. It's not just the gun tubers.
Okay, don't judge me. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better with the camera. I'm trying to interject my personality because I looked like, I don't know, a standing 2x4, flabby 2x4 next to Matt asking him these questions. And yeah, just terrible. But I'm working on it. And I'm trying to get better for you guys because next week and a half from now, I'm going to be at SHOT Show. And the whole point is to try and show you guys this is my first time at SHOT Show, so I'm really excited, and I'm just trying to tell you guys whether or not it's worth going, what you can expect there, just all the little tips and tricks, so that if you decide to invest the ridiculous amount of money into going to SHOT Show like I did, you can figure out if it's worth it or if it's going to benefit you or anything else. So that's my next video that's coming out. So after landing, I met up with the guys from SDI and Owen, and it was really cool getting to meet Owen firsthand, even though we'd been talking for a long time and you kind of already felt like I knew him. But we got to meet Christian. He's the event coordinator, and then you got the director of marketing with Steve that's there, and I could be getting their titles wrong. They'll know it. They'll see this. They'll tell me I'm terrible. But anyway, so I met these guys, and we go out to Desperado Ranch to drop off our bags because we're actually staying on the ranch, which is just mind-blowing in itself. He's got like an Airbnb set up there. And anyways, we go out there, we get set up at the house, and then we head to the pre-party. And the pre-party, you walk in, and it's absolutely insane because the people that you've been watching while you're scrolling through your phone or while you're sitting there scrolling through YouTube on your TV or whatever, these people that you've seen for years, that you've laughed at their little shorts or you shook your head at, in the case of like Houston Jones, you're shaking your head at like, why is this guy getting shot with 10,000 paintballs or whatever it is, There's all these other guys there. You see these people and they're there. They're in person. They're right there in the room with you. It's crazy. And, so we all walk in and me and Owen are, I don't want to say shell shocked, but just a little bit like, oh my God, that's that guy. Oh, that's that guy. And I'm terrible with names. Like I cannot stress to you how bad I am but I recognize faces really well. And so I'm like, I know that guy, I know his videos, I know this person, so it was cool, but I made a lot of mistakes and, I'm like, are you? And they're like, no, you're an idiot and go away.
What, are you retarded?
But no, actually they were all super cool. And I'll tell you what's a little bit embarrassing is when they're like, hey, do you have a channel? Do you have a YouTube? Do you have a social media or whatever? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, really? Like 2,000 subscribers. They're like, get out of here, kid. What are you doing here? One guy actually asked me that. I won't tell you who. One guy was like, well, what are you doing here? So it's funny. Actually, that's kind of a common theme in this entire thing. Every time I told anybody that I was going to this event, including my own wife, which if you're watching this is a shot, including every single person I told I was going to this event, their reaction was, why you?
Why you? Why you?
And I'm like, well, that hurts. It hurts me inside. It hurts my soul. But the thing is I wasn't there because of my YouTube channel, but obviously this was the kick in the pants. Owen's been trying to get me to put out more videos and everything else. And this was the kick in the pants, like, hey, put out more videos. I don't have any aspirations of having 10 to 12 million subscribers like these guys do. But it would be awesome to be able to help more people out in starting up firearms related businesses, whether that's ranges or, retail shops or gunsmithings, whatever. I would love to be able to help people out. That's the whole reason I started this channel, was to help other students out. So it would be cool to do that. So I'm just going to focus my efforts in helping people in that direction. Back to the story. We're there, and I'm meeting people. I'm getting names wrong. I'm asking to take pictures with people who are there as guests and not actually YouTubers. And the main reason why is there's people there that like my kids are like, oh my gosh, that's Gizzle Magok or whatever their name is, and he's awesome. I watch him all the time, and if they're not in the GunTube community, I don't really know them that well, or maybe comedy. I watch the comedy stuff. But if they're, something that my kids like, I was trying to, I have a 19-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son, and I'm trying to get them excited about the fact that I'm down at this thing too. But so anyways, we do the pre-party. The next day's the range. We go out there. There's tons of vendors. There's tons of firearms. We're getting to shoot crazy stuff like miniguns and Maduses and freaking, old machine guns and just stuff like you just never see, not all in one place, other than probably SHOT Show. And, the gun that I was the most excited about, I had asked Brandon the night before if there was going to be an opportunity for us to even see the AK-50. And he's like, yeah, it might be out there. We're definitely not going to shoot it, but it'll be out there. And I was just, as long as I got a chance to see the AK-50, I mean, I'd been following the creation of this thing for years now. And one of my friends, another friend by the name of Brandon, which, by the way, if your name's Brandon and you're not in this community, you're missing out, because everybody's name is Brandon in this community. So anyways, my buddy Brandon is a machinist who actually made the firing pin for the AK-50, and he hasn't seen it, he hasn't been near it, he hasn't held it. And so it was really important for me to get the chance to do that before he did. And lo and behold, at the end of the day, Brandon actually pulled it out, and he's like, screw it, let's shoot it. And I ran and got in the line, and so I'm one of the very few people who's actually gotten to shoot the AK-50. Highlight of the day for sure. But yeah, absolutely awesome experience. SDI had a guy out there, Freedom Protective Gear, I believe is the name of his business. He was making holsters for people, just knocking them out. He had these little templates. I grabbed one. He had these little templates, and he could knock out a holster for somebody in maybe 8 minutes. I mean, he must have made 60 holsters in the 4 or 5 hours that we were there. It's crazy. He actually has, you should look up his business, Freedom Protective Gear. Go to his business, because he has packages where if this is something you want to do, you do a lot of gun shows or something like that, you can totally get in there and order his packages. He'll give you everything you need, and you could be knocking these things out, making a profit off them. Anyway, super, super cool guy. He was down there too. He's actually going to be at SHOT Show, so I'll meet up with him as well. Another thing that was really cool, a minigun got to fire. It was like 55 rounds in 3/4 of a second or something like that. Just really cool. The vendors were really cool. Denver Bullets was there. SIG was there. There was a lot of other people. Heatwave, eye protection. They were bringing sunglasses and eye protection was there. There was a bunch of other ones. There was a beard place. Tons of stuff. Anyways, they came through. I think the main sponsor was the World of Warships. You see that on a lot of those guys' channels. They were there with their Humvee that they blew up last year that's been rebuilt this year. Just super, really cool event. And then we went to an after party afterwards, and I got to see Brandon Herrera sing karaoke, which was just I mean, who gets to see that? It's mind blowing. And yeah, it was just really, really cool event. You know, it was super fast paced, you know, flew in Wednesday, range was Thursday, flew out Friday. I mean, it was super fast. But I just wanted to say thank you to SDI. Thanks, Owen, for thinking of me. Thanks, Steve and Christian and everybody else there that made this possible. Thanks to all the other people that came for being cool and not being any issues. And thanks to Brandon and the whole Unsub crew and Donut and everybody else for putting this thing on and you know, and allowing me to be part of it. And hopefully the pictures of all the people that I met and the videos and everything else, you guys kind of got an idea. And I hope this inspires you to do good things without expecting good things in return. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to the 2,250 subscribers I have and anybody more that want to join that on my SHOT Show journey, because you guys are the reason that Owen found me and found those videos and, you know, everything. So it all comes back to creating this channel to help other people. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, and do your best to find a reason to help another fellow person in this industry. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.